Okay, another way we can thrive in Africa instead of merely surviving is to be actively involved in the leadership of your respective country. Assuming you are a politician, but you think that it's only money bags that can rule you. You are getting it wrong. I don't want to tell you how you can go into politics, but I want to tell you that you should at least start by voting in godly leaders and voting out ungodly leaders. And if, as a nation, your leaders, the so called Democrats, the political leaders, are more corrupt than the devil, then you should pray for, if possible, a kind of divine intervention. It can come through the military, it can come through any other source. You can call it a revolution. I don't know the name, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in you living a fulfilled life. Yes, when you have godly leaders in the sitting on the saddle of the leadership cadre, some of the things you are praying about today, you not pray concerning them again. You can't pray for good roads in America or even UK. You can't pray for pipe-borne water. You can't pray that when you put your money in the bank, as in Nigeria, your money will disappear. The bankers will not listen to you. But if it is their money and that of their political collaborators, they will remember that NTN has security gadgets, and before you know it, they will track the money. That's the country and the continent we have found ourselves in. So, ihe na-eme isi anyị n'aka, God has done everything He needed to do for us, but we don't really love ourselves. That's why we're having all these man-made problems, act of man. Okay, I don't intend to digress from the point at stake. Remember, I said one other way you can thrive in Africa is to vote, to be actively involved in politics, to participate, to vote for, and to be voted for, and then make sure it is godly leaders. That when you succeed in getting godly leaders in all leadership cadres, you will no longer use a prayer house or church as a house of refuge, where you hide. You will no longer do 40 days, 40 nights praying and fasting, praying for good water, good road, employment opportunity, good health scheme. They don't pray for good health scheme in Saudi Arabia. They don't even pray for it in the mosque. All they do is that they just pray to their God the way they understand it, and things are happening. Dubai was like Amman 50 years ago, until one young couple and his wife decided to do something, and today Dubai has become another paradise on earth from the oil money they used. One that humorous man that rules Zimbabwe that died a few years ago, about Mugabe, he said anytime he looks at what Dubai has done with their money, that he begins to ask if Nigeria's oil is granite oil. ah, our shame, they shame me, but there's nothing I can do about it than to tell you the truth and then live by the truth. So be actively involved in the leadership of your country. Don't be lethargic. Don't be nonchalant. Don't be indifferent. Don't say, it doesn't concern me. It concerns you. After God, now the leaders. If they don't want you to talk, you will not talk. So if you vote in a monster who will say you should not talk, who will say you should not do any social media, you are done for. So it's better we shine our eyes. And then when you vote in good leaders, you discover that your prayers are 70% answered. You will not be praying useless prayers again. You will pray prayers that are meaningful and use the resources and the things that God has given you to better the lot of others. Okay. Now, let's take, for instance, Ibrahim Traore, that 37-year-old young man. See how he's trying in Burkina Faso. After how many months that he has taken the reins of leadership there. See how he's thriving. They are now producing airplane. They are producing automobiles, and they are also producing GSM phones. They don't need to go to China for any Samsung. They don't need to go to USA for any iPhone 14, iPhone 15, iPhone 16 Pro Max. No. And very soon, other African countries will be going there to look for job. Now they have taken over all that God has endowed them with. And they told the French government to take their military away from them because they don't need them. They are paying university students salary. Yes, it's more than bursary. And they are doing, so the young man is doing so many things. Why? Because the money he is getting or he will get from those companies and through the sale of the refined resources, he will not allow those criminals to go and to stash it away in foreign banks. He has stopped even his ministers from traveling outside Burkina Faso. Yes, for medical tourism. So that's it. One man can make a difference, and it's not only there. Even in Niger, Mali, up to Sudan, so many things are happening. Things are really happening. So try and roll away the stone. If the people that have kept you in this perpetual bondage of poverty in Africa, if they are there and you are waiting for God to come and roll away the stone, God is not a magician, he's a miracle worker. You roll away the stone first, then God will come down and resurrect your Lazarus. But if you want God to roll away the stone and resurrect Lazarus at the same time, you wait forever. So go ahead and roll away the stone of offense. Those stones that have stood between you and success as Africans, as African citizens. Roll them away. Don't ask me how you roll it away. I'm not God. Go and ask God. He will tell you how to roll it away. And I want to tell you that Africa is on course. All right? Let me allow you to enjoy your evening, uh, your jolly weekend. Yes. Enjoy yourself. It's a wonderful, beautiful day. And I believe that God is at work. God bless.